All right, let's get right into it. Forget the long intros. You're here because you want to hit a 700 credit score, but there's a huge, invisible wall that stops most people. And guess what? It has absolutely nothing to do with missing payments. So what if I told you that you could pay every single bill on time, like clockwork, and still wake up one morning to find your score has tanked by 100 points? Seriously, it sounds nuts, but it happens all the time. Why? It's because of one single, massively misunderstood factor: your credit utilization. This is the hidden enemy, and today we're going to drag it into the light and show you exactly how to defeat it. But before we can start building, we have to fix the foundation. You see, a 700 score isn't just about good habits. A lot of the time, it's held back by old errors you don't even know exist. So our first mission is to go in there, find the damage, and fix it. Okay, your first move is to do a full-on audit of your credit files. You need to pull your reports from all three main bureaus, that's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, because you'd be surprised they often have different info on you. Now, the only place to go for this is annualcreditreport.com. It's the official government-backed site where you can get them for free. No tricks, no trials, just the raw data we need to get to work. So what are we looking for exactly? Put on your detective hat. You're scanning for anything that looks fishy. Accounts you never opened, payments that are marked late when you know you paid on time, or old collection items from more than 7 years ago that should be long gone. And pay really close attention to something called mixed files. This is where somebody else's bad debt, someone with a name similar to yours, gets stuck on your report. It's shockingly common, and it can absolutely wreck your score. Remember, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the FCRA, gives you the legal right to a totally accurate file. So let's use that right. Okay, so you've got two main tools in your cleanup kit. For straight-up errors, things that are just factually wrong, you file a formal credit dispute. Under the law, the bureaus have about 30 days to check it out. But what about a mistake you actually made? Like you had one late payment 2 years ago and it's still haunting you? That's when you pull out the goodwill letter. It's basically a polite email asking the creditor for a little forgiveness. Look, they don't have to say yes, but if you've been a good customer otherwise, it is absolutely worth a shot. All right, your report is clean. Now we get to the main event. Honestly, this next part is what separates the people who rocket up to 700 from those who stay stuck in the mud for years. This is the single biggest, fastest lever you can pull to boost your score. In this pie chart right here shows you exactly why. Yeah, payment history is the biggest slice at 35%, but look at what's right behind it: amounts owed at a massive 30%. That is almost entirely about your credit utilization. And here's the best part: while payment history takes years to perfect, you can completely transform your utilization score in a single month. So what is this thing anyway? It's super simple. It's just the percentage of your available credit you're using at any given time. Say you have one credit card with a $1,000 limit, and you've got a $500 balance on it. Well, you're using 50% of your credit. That's your utilization ratio. Simple math. But it has a huge, huge impact. And this is where it gets really important. Think of these like levels in a video game. If your utilization is over 30%, you're in the red zone. That's actively hurting your score. Getting it under 30% is good. That's the safe zone. But the real cheat code, the thing that gets you a huge score jump fast, it's getting under 10%. That excellent level tells lenders you are in total control. And that brings us to what might be the most important slide in this whole breakdown. This is the one concept that, once you get it, changes everything. You need to pay your bill before the statement date, not the due date. Okay, let me break this down. Your credit card company takes a little snapshot of your balance on one specific day every month. That day is called the statement closing date. That number is what they report to the credit bureaus. Now here's the kicker. That date is usually 2 or 3 weeks before your payment is even due. So if you run up your card and then pay it off in full by the due date, it's too late. The bureaus already saw that high balance from the snapshot, and your score gets hammered. The trick is to pay that balance way down before they take the picture. Look, mastering utilization is awesome, but it's really a short-term tactic. To lock in those gains and keep climbing past 700, you need a system that adds more positive history and makes all these good habits totally automatic. So, we're going to focus on 3 absolute power moves here. First, setting up automatic payments so you physically can't miss one. Second, a clever way to piggyback on someone else's great credit. And third, using special tools designed to build brand new positive credit history from zero. So let's talk about being an authorized user. This can be an insane accelerator for your score. Basically, if a parent or a spouse with a long, perfect credit history adds you to one of their old accounts, you get to inherit all of that amazing history on your own report. All of a sudden, your report can show years of on-time payments, and their high credit limit helps lower your own utilization ratio. It's a huge win-win. But, and this is a huge but, it comes with a massive warning. You don't just inherit the good stuff, you inherit the bad stuff too. If that person runs up a high balance or, God forbid, misses a payment, that negative mark hits your report just as hard. There was even a study by LendingTree that showed for some people, becoming an authorized user actually lowered their score because they tied their wagon to the wrong person. So you have to choose wisely. Only do this with someone you trust completely who has rock-solid credit habits. Now, if you're building from scratch where you have to rebuild, these next two tools are your best friends. A secured card is basically a credit card with training wheels. You give the bank a cash deposit, say $300, and that becomes your credit limit. You use it like a normal card, and it reports all your good behavior, building your history with revolving credit. A credit builder loan is the opposite. A bank puts a small loan and a locked savings account, you make monthly payments on it, and at the end, they give you the cash. This builds your history with installment loans, like for a car or a mortgage. So, we've covered the tools, we've covered the strategies. Now let's put it all together. This is your clear, step-by-step roadmap. This is the 6-month game plan to 700. All right, here we go. Month 1 is the audit. Your only job is to pull all 3 reports and dispute every single error you find. That's it. Month 2 is the attack. Your mission is to wrestle that credit utilization down below the 30% danger zone. Then in month 3, we unleash the hack. You're going to push that utilization all the way under 10% by paying before the statement date. You'll also automate all your minimum payments. Month 4, it's time for the boost. You'll add a new line of credit by either becoming an authorized user or opening that secured card. And finally, months 5 and 6 are all about the system. You're on cruise control now. Just maintain these new habits, keep utilization low, and watch that score climb right up to your 700 goal. You have the plan. You know exactly what to do. Now let's just talk about a few critical rules to make sure you protect all the amazing progress you're about to make. There are 3 golden rules. Number 1, never close old credit cards, even if you never use them. Closing an old account hurts the average age of your credit history, and it shrinks your total credit limit, which can make your utilization spike right back up. Number 2, avoid applying for a bunch of new credit all at once. Every application dings your score a little. Space them out. And number 3, always pay more than the minimum. The minimum payment is a trap designed to keep you in debt forever. So after all that, it really just comes down to this one simple question, because every great journey has to have a starting point. It's not about feeling bad about the number, it's just about knowing where you stand today. So what's your starting line? I want you to go down to the comments right now and drop your current score. This isn't for judgment, it's for accountability. It's you drawing a line in the sand and saying, today is day 1 of my journey to 700. And while you're there, make sure you subscribe, because this is just the first step in your credit building adventure.